Hi guys, welcome back to Sharmin's Kitchen. A pleasant good evening to each and every one of you. Happy Friday. If you're visiting my channel for the first time, I want to welcome you to my channel. It's been a wet day here in Canada, and what's the best meal to make on a Friday evening when it's wet outside? I have a gray snapper head in my fridge. So I'm going to be making some fish broth, Sharmin style. If you want to see how I'm doing this, come on down and let's get cooking, guys. So for our fish broth today, I have the head of one gray snapper. And this is the fish, a whole fish that we bought. Usually keep the head to make soup or broth. Today is a rainy day, so I think this is gonna work perfectly well. I'm adding some green seasoning to the fish. I'm gonna season this up before I start with the cooking process. Some salt and some black pepper. I'm gonna mix this in, and this here is ready. So in the pot here I have the fish, and I turn my stove on. What I like to do is let a little bit of the fish water cook out before I add any liquid to the pot. So I'm gonna let this cook for a few minutes, and we will come right back and show the next step. So now it seems like the water is gone, and I don't want it to start sticking like what's happening here. So we're gonna add some water to this and cook this fish until it is falling off the bone. That's how you make broth. And I'm gonna also add some other ingredients like some eddoes and some spinach and some like herbs and things like that. So this is just the start of it. So guys, we're here in the garden, and like you guys can see, it was a rainy day. My plants are looking so happy, so green and lush. I'm out in the garden to pick some green onions and to get some other things to add to my fish broth. I wish I was able to make it in the backyard, but because of the rain I can't. I have here, all these are chaurai bhaji. And tomorrow I believe I'm gonna be picking some because they are ready to pick before they get harder. I don't like when they're too hard. I like when they're nice and fresh and young. So look at these beautiful green onions. I have so much. I have to make some green seasoning. So here is my poi bhaji or Malabar here. This one is still a little bit too small, but I have some big leaves here that I'm gonna pick. Look at these, beautiful. To add to my broth, I have some spinach inside, but I wanna add these big leaves so I can give the plant a chance to grow some more. Look at those, so nice and fresh out of the garden. This is the best feeling ever. So now I'm gonna pick some fresh thyme to add to that as well. And these guys are spreading out like crazy. I love the fresh smell of thyme. Oh my, so nice and so fragrant. I'm gonna pick a good portion because I love this in any kinds of soup or broth. Look guys. So we're here at the mint patch, and every night my husband is making tea with some of the mint leaf inside. Let me know how far you want me this far.
Yeah, that's it.
And he would make his tea with a piece of mint, and tonight I'm cutting fresh mint for him to add to his tea. This smells so fragrant too. And look at our cucumber, guys. It is full with flowers inside. Look here. And there's a whole bunch of little cucumbers right on the end. You see that? A whole bunch of little cucumbers inside. Look here. Lots and lots. This is the bush cucumber. They don't run too much. They just grow like a little patch. Look in here. How many flowers? Those are gonna be cucumbers next few days. And my same plant on the other side have, look at this pepper tree, this pepper plant. How many pepper, like little ones, blossom, flowers, all that is gonna turn into pepper. I can't wait. Look how beautiful our squash plant is growing. It's just climbing to get on top of this thing here to run, and I can't wait. They already have some flowers. And my same plant right here have some little same. Look here, guys. Oh my god, I never grow same in Canada before. I have here, I have here, I have over here, a whole bunch here, and some little ones are coming out here. And look how high the plant is already, and he have all this to run on. So now I'm gonna pick about 2 leaves of thyme, and these are the broadleaf or thick leaf thyme from my plant inside. I never put this one outside. This one is all year round in my house. I see a nice big leaf here, so I'm gonna take that. The more you pick, the more they grow, and I already have a lot of fine thyme, so I'm gonna just take a little like a smaller leaf here. So here are all the things I picked from my garden, and these are the big broad leaf, thick leaf poi bhaji or Malabar spinach. I'm gonna add this along with these spinach that I have here to my broth. I have the fine thyme that I just picked. I'm gonna add an onion. I have 2 wirrie pepper, and these are the fresh green onions and the broadleaf or thick leaf thyme. I'm gonna cut all this up, and I'll come back and show you the next step. So I have all my ingredients cut up, and the kitchen smells so nice with this fine thyme. That flavor from that fragrance from the wirrie pepper, and along with the onions, it smells so good. I'm also adding some ochro, and I cut them very small because for me, when you're making broth, you want everything to melt away in the broth. So I'm cutting everything small, included the eddoes that I'm adding. I'm gonna cut them small so they can boil and melt. Hopefully they boil. And I'm gonna cut back the spinach to add closer to the end. I'm gonna add these guys into the pot now and let everything cook again. Let's check on the fish now. So let's check on the fish now. And when the fish is melting away, that's a sign, yep, they're falling apart, that we can add the eddoes and the other ingredient. And look how the water look nice, and they have like a nice oily yellow kind of thing floating on the top, and that's because fish head is very nutritious, very nutritious for us. There's so much nutrients, collagen, omega-3 and all that into the fish head. So I'm gonna add my eddoes. So eddoes is in with the fish. I'm gonna add all this goodness here, the ochro and the pepper and everything else. We're gonna let this cook up again until everything is nice and soft. Before we take it off, I'm gonna add some salt and some black pepper, and that's all that it takes. Nothing more than that until I'm ready to add my spinach. And it smells, I wish if you guys can smell this, amazing. So salt and then some black pepper. A nice portion of black pepper. When you're drinking this broth, you want to have a little bit of heat, which will make it nice and enjoyable. Along with my 2 wirrie pepper, this should have a nice flavor. So I'm gonna let this cook. We'll come back and check it in a few minutes, and I will keep you guys updated. We're gonna add a little bit of carrots to the broth because it looks all green to me, and the carrot would add some extra nutrients. This is my version, sorry guys, this is my version of broth. I want to make it nice and rich, and I like to put in a little bit of turmeric into mine, so just a little to give it a nice color instead of having that plain green color. Now it's looking nice to me. So this have a lot more to go. Our eddoes are still not cooked. We're gonna let it cook on medium heat and it should be done soon. Here is the broth. Let's check it out. Wow, when you see that, that's a sign that it is almost done. When the fish falls apart and the eddoes are melting away, that's how the broth's supposed to be. I'm trying to find one eddoe, but I can't even find one. There's a little piece here. I just want to test it. Wow. So this is almost done, and that's telling me it's time to add my spinach. That turmeric really gave it a nice color. So I'm gonna go in with my spinach now, and then I'm gonna turn my stove off to like very low heat. And these are mine from the garden. I'm just gonna rip them apart, put them in here, let them steam up a little, and this is gonna be ready on a nice rainy Friday evening. A nice bowl of homemade broth made with all the rich ingredients from your own kitchen garden. It's rich fish broth, so much nutrients in this pot. So here it is, our beautiful fish broth or fish broth, whatever we want to call it. It is so rich, everything is melt away. I'm gonna plate up now and let you guys know how this tastes. So here is my beautiful broth, my beautiful fish broth. I had a piece of head here, and I have all the goodness in the bottom. You can see the fishes in pieces here, and my eddoes are melted. This is just a little piece I have here. So this is my version of the fish broth. On a rainy Friday night, I'm gonna dig in and let you guys know how this tastes. Cheers to all my viewers and subscribers. Wow, you can taste the richness in this broth. What a very nice flavor you can get from a fish head when you make a broth. And look at the goodness here. Wow. So I'm gonna take my second. I'm gonna get some of that spinach in there. This is the thyme. Cheers, guys. So satisfying, so delicious, and so nutritious. So I want to say to you guys, if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, please consider subscribing. Until then, I want to say have a blessed, happy weekend. Bye for now.